Every breath you take, every move you make, I'll be watching you. So begins the iconic song Every Breath You Take by the Police. But how accurate is this lyric? Can someone really watch everything we do? And what actually happens inside our bodies every time we breathe? Let's find out. Well, yes, it is true that every breath you take is literally watched over by your body, and it does so with a highly choreographed performance full of twists and turns. It all begins in the nose. As you inhale, tiny hairs and mucus inside your nasal passages filter out dust and microorganisms. At the same time, the air is warmed and moistened, making it safe for the delicate tissues of the lungs. Your nose can even distinguish up to 1 trillion different smells. And breathing through it even helps produce nitric oxide, which improves oxygen transport in the blood. From the nose, air moves into the pharynx, a shared pathway for both food and air. Here, a small flap of cartilage called the epiglottis makes sure that food goes into the esophagus and air goes into the lungs. Without this little flap, you might choke on your next bite of food. Next, the air passes through the larynx, also known as the voice box. Not only does it allow air to travel downward, but it also houses our vocal cords. These cords can vibrate up to 1,000 times per second when we speak or sing, producing sound. The journey continues through the trachea, or windpipe, a strong tube supported by rings of cartilage. Its lining is covered with tiny hair-like structures called cilia, which constantly sweep dust and germs back toward the throat. This keeps your lungs clean and healthy and allows you to cough out any unwanted particles that made it past your nose hairs and mucus. The trachea then divides into 2 bronchi, one leading to each lung. These bronchi branch into smaller and smaller tubes called bronchioles. If you could stretch all the bronchi and bronchioles in the human body into a single line, they would extend more than 2,400 kilometers, roughly the distance from Sarajevo to Lisbon. At the very end of these passages are the alveoli, tiny balloon-like sacs surrounded by capillaries. This is where the true miracle of breathing happens. Oxygen passes into the blood, while carbon dioxide moves out to be exhaled. There are about 300 million alveoli in our lungs, and together they cover an area of around 70 square meters. That's about the size of a tennis court. But breathing is not just about airways. It also depends on muscles. The intercostal muscles, located between the ribs, lift the chest upward and outward during inhalation. The diaphragm, a dome-shaped muscle beneath the lungs, flattens and contracts, pulling air inside. When it relaxes, air is pushed back out. Interestingly, when the diaphragm contracts suddenly and involuntarily, we experience hiccups. Now that we know how the respiratory system works, let's get back to the idea of someone watching over us with every breath we take. While it's true that we can monitor someone's breathing to check if they're okay, the real magic happens within our own bodies without us even noticing. Our body has an incredible ability to take in oxygen, a process that seems effortless. Yet it involves a complex interplay of muscles, tissues, and organs working in perfect harmony to keep us alive. With oxygen absorbed in the lungs, the blood becomes bright red and is carried through the pulmonary veins to the heart. The heart then pumps this oxygen-rich blood through the arteries to every organ and tissue in the body. Every single cell receives oxygen to create energy while releasing carbon dioxide as waste. That carbon dioxide travels back through the veins, into the heart, and finally to the lungs, ready to be exhaled with the next breath. So, while no one can literally watch over us with every breath we take, we can marvel at the incredible journey that our breath takes through our bodies, a journey that is nothing short of a miracle. What's the farthest you've ever been from home? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this one.